all the things. I think they trusted me, because I was strange with these people. Can I get a drink?
I can organise that for you. I'm still curious to know which beach you were at.
I really don't know.
I need a little bit more than what you're giving me now so I can get some treatment to your man.
I really don't know. We landed in a boat. I don't have a clue where it was.
What time did you come in?
Just after the evening, I think it was. It was
Had
dark.
You been in the boat during daylight?
Aye, we're in the boat all the time. I need a drink, mate.
What about Mac's role? Mac?
I really don't know.
What was his job?
I don't know. As I say, I just came in and I never met many of them. They never even spoke to me most of the time.
All I've got is bodies everywhere. From you and your team.
It wasn't me, mate, honestly. I'm telling you the truth, mate.
I know that you're lying to me.
I can only tell you what I know, and I really don't know a lot.
You aren't lying to me. You're the man that pulled the trigger that assassinated one of our top-ranking officers.
I can hardly shoot a gun, mate. I've only shot a gun.
You have trouble shooting a gun? What we wanted you to do...
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm getting you all confused. How can you be confused when you were the team leader?
I wasn't the team leader.
You were the team leader. You were the sergeant in charge of patrol. Now bearing in mind, your colleague's life is depending on you.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty.
Unlucky. That's the way life is until you start to cooperate with us.
I'm telling you the truth. That's all I know.
Look at me. I'll tell you what I want from you. I want to know how you gained the information that made that assassination. Do we understand one another? Do we understand one another?
Understand.
A simple yes or no.
I understand you fine, but...
right.
I can't...
Stand up.
I'll try and help.
Stand up.
I don't know anything else.
Now the interrogator's got a sniff of the truth, he'll continue his routine for as long as it takes until he's satisfied he's got all the facts.
Get these guys to stop giving me a kicking.
Start cooperating. Guards!
The most important thing is that you've done your job. You've got through the ordeal without compromising your command, and you're still alive. Which means there's always a chance you may be rescued, or you may get the opportunity to break out. But without doubt, the best time to escape would have been as soon as possible after capture. So, what if circumstances had been different, and our team were able to escape? Let's rerun the action at the moment of capture with a few small changes to swing the odds. We're back at the beach, where Eddie has radioed the helicopter to make the pickup.
Hotel 1, this is Charlie 19. How do you copy, over?
This time, it's the local militia, not professional soldiers, who are after them. Pete, instead of keeping sentry, has decided to break out the rations. This is strictly against SOP, Standard Operational Procedure. But don't forget, it's been a long, hard mission. Besides, it's the only way that this lot would ever get the drop on the SAS. The local militia may have got there first, but the elite troops are not far behind. So Eddie and Pete, although unarmed, will have to act soon.
When captured by the enemy, your best chance of escape is during the first few minutes.
But escape is only the beginning of the story. Ahead of them, there's a long, hard slog cross-country, hunted by an elite enemy force. The further a prisoner of war is moved from the point of capture, the less chance they have of successfully escaping. Over the Second World War, 130 Allied servicemen tried to break out of the notorious Colditz Castle. Less than a quarter ever got clean away from the prison. In an age of global positioning and heat imaging, the places where an escapee can hide are fast running out. Escape is best tried sooner rather than later. Or better still, don't get caught at all. For an SAS soldier caught behind enemy lines, the chances are he'll be dead before he ever gets to a POW
What are you
camp.
doing here? Hey, stop! Turn around!
For them,
What are you doing here?
anything is better than being taken prisoner. Taking a weapon from someone is extremely dangerous, even for a highly skilled soldier. This is most definitely a last resort combat survival technique for the SAS only.
To disarm a man is relatively simple, but first of all, you've got to have the balls to do it. The first thing you do is deflect the weapon away from your body. You then withdraw the weapon from him. You've got control of the weapon. With a rifle is exactly the same as with a pistol. You've got to move the rifle away from the danger area, your body. Grab it, knock him down, take control of the weapon.
But in our scenario, they have only a fraction of a second to make their move. With the adrenaline pumping, the first instinct might be to run, but to act hastily now could cost them dearly later.
Cover me, Pete. Your mind is buzzing at this stage. You've just taken out 4 enemy. I'm going to search the bodies quickly. Oh, let's go.
They set about covering their tracks and make a run for it, but before they go, Pete strips down the enemy weapons.
You're going to leave the bodies of the weapon in one position, and then take the working parts and dump them further along the trail to prevent them falling back into enemy hands.
As soon as he can, Eddie radios the helicopter to warn them that they've got a hot LS, a landing site that's come under enemy fire.
Hotel 1, Charlie 19, abort. I will also inform them that we're moving to the secondary rendezvous point. Making for secondary RV. Over.
All SAS soldiers always have a backup plan.
Before you go on any mission, you will formulate an escape and evasion plan. The most important elements of these are your rendezvous points or pick-up points. These will be pre-designated areas where you'll be picked up by heli or you'll meet an agent contact to help you get out of the country.
Major Phil Ashby knows exactly what it feels like to face an enemy who torture and murder their prisoners.
Fear, literally the sort of fear that makes your bowels twitch.
When the UN compound he had been posted to was surrounded by rebels, Ashby and 3 other Western officers decided to escape. The nearest safe haven was 3 days' forced march away through tropical jungle. They were unarmed.
We didn't feel that we were masters of our own destiny, and even if by doing something positive that was going to lead us to perhaps our death, then it felt better to be doing something positive than just simply to be sitting around waiting for the end to happen.
On the 5th day of the siege, under cover of dark, they scaled the compound walls, made their way through rebel cordons, and headed out into the bush.
Although it was very tempting to go towards where the villages were, or through fields or onto paths, we knew that if we did that we were likely to bump into the locals. Bizarrely, what we had to do was always look for the thickest bit of jungle and go through that. And I found the best technique was just to rip through the foliage with my hands. And I had this feeling that every step I took was one step away from the worst of the danger. And so that was enough to keep me going.
As part of the peacekeeping mission, Ashby carried little in the way of combat gear. However, as a Royal Marine trained in escape and evasion, he knew they'd need some kit.
Okay, so some of the gear we had with us at the time, the litre water bottle each. This particular one was quite useful because you could see the creepy crawlies. A shortwave radio, I'd actually tuned it to some of the military frequencies, as well as hiding a small amount of money in the wallet. The real money that I had with me, with a piece of string attached to pull out when I needed to, with $1,000 in. I'm sure with a bit of imagination you can work out exactly where that was hidden.
The SAS, however, prefer to come a bit more tooled up. Whether you're in country,